What's up, everyone? Welcome to Maths with Gastin. I am Gastin Mapala, right here at Maths with Gastin, as we start with the paper 2 of all the past papers from 2022 up until 2020. Today we are looking at question 1 of November 2022, grade 12. All right, this is going to be a series of all the questions that will consist on this paper of 2022 up until that of 2020, including that of 2021 as well. So we'll be busy with this paper 2. Please, when you're watching this channel, make sure that you watch all the playlists, or you watch them per question, or also all the questions of different years to see the difference in the type of asking the questions that the examiners are using. So today's questions, let's have a look at question number 1. It was a statistics question. It says here that the metric class of a certain school had to vote for the chairperson of for the chairperson of RCL, Representative Council of Learners. The scatter plot below shows the IQ of the 10 learners who received the most vote and the number of votes that they received. Okay, we see the scatter plot there. Doesn't look looks very scattered. All right, okay, let's proceed. Now it says that before the election, the popularity of the 10 learners was established, and a popularity score out of 100 was assigned to each. The popularity scores and the number of votes of the learners, of the 10 learners who received the most vote, are shown in the table below. Okay, we see that. All right, and then now they ask us to calculate the mean and standard deviation thereby at 1.1. so therefore these questions that should be straightforward. Therefore we are going to use a calculator to deal with this question. So please stay tuned as I display the calculator so that we can be able to see how we would get these answers using our calculator. All right, everybody, here's our calculator here. Now let's go ahead and select the mode that we are going to use and enter our data to be able to calculate all these questions. All right, let's go ahead. Okay, you are going to come here and say mode and setup. Okay, and therefore you are going to look for stats, because we're doing stats now, which is here at number 3. So we're going to select number 3. Now we need to choose which mode are we going to use here. Our options is 1 variance, 1 a plus bx, and then we've got 3, which is plus cx squared. Okay, so the others, yeah, we are going to apply them, but basically what we use is number 1 and number 2. So if you've got x and y, you are going to use number 2. So we are going to choose option 2. There is our x and y values there. So we are going to come here, look at this x values here, and enter all of them. Therefore we will come back and enter the y values. While we enter the y values, we should be also checking the x values if we didn't make a mistake, because this is very important. You need to take a time here, guys. Relax yourself, don't rush yourself, because if you enter the wrong data, one small or number that is wrong, therefore everything is going to be wrong. All right, so first data there is 32. Then we press equal sign, 89 equal sign, 35 equal sign, 82, therefore 50, 59. I hope you can follow, guys. If you're not following, please drop a comment on the comment section below. We'll definitely assist you. If you would like to attend our online classes, please check the number, my cell number, my WhatsApp number on the description below, and then you should be able to reach me there. All right, 65. Okay, there you go. So we are done here. Let's come this side now and enter the y values. All right, we've got 9 there. We need to make sure that is matching with 32. Then we've got 22. It's going hand in hand with 89. We've got 10 with 35. We've got 21. Okay, 11, 15. First off, you can see, guys, I'm relaxed here, taking my time. There is no need to rush, making sure that this data is correct, because if it's wrong, I don't want now to be thinking that everything that I wrote in the exam is correct, only to find out that I messed up one number. All right, okay, there you go. I've entered everything there, show that all my data is correct. Therefore we are going to press AC. Then your calculator should change from that. Now it's on the stats mode. Okay, now it's on the stats mode. So now what you can do now is to move on and answer the questions. All right, I'm just gonna move this one right here. Okay, here we go. So now we've got all the data entered there. We need to calculate the mean number of votes of the 10 learners. What we can do, we can come here and say shift, then go to stats mode. We press 1 there. Then we are gonna come here and have a look. When we check here, the first one is type, the second one is data, there's sums here, then there's variance here. Okay, maybe let's check it here on the variance. Check. Okay, there's our stats here. It's symbolized by O stroke Y. So that's our that's our standard deviation, this one. Then our mean, it's a Y bar, and also you've got the mean for the X bar there. You've got the number there, number of data. You see everything is here, guys. So you can go directly to the mean here of the mean of the number of votes, which is on the Y side. You can press 5 there, then it's equal to, so there's our mean 15.5. okay, we managed to get that. So let's move on to 1.1.2, which is the standard deviation of the number of votes of the 10 learners received. Okay, once we finish, you don't press on here, guys. You come here, you press AC. Okay, you press AC, because if you press on here, rather press AC so that you cancel out that answer. Now let's go ahead and look for the standard deviation. Shift, start again, stats, which is at 1. All right, then we come here, look for the variance again, 4, which is variance. Our standard deviation is this one, which is OY, is gonna be 6. Therefore it's equal to, therefore our standard deviation is 4.588. okay, 2 decimals is going to be 4.59. all right, great stuff. So now let's go ahead and write this down. We already did 1.1. great, guys. Let's go ahead and answer our questions here. Let's go ahead and answer our questions. 1.1, we're even 1.1.1, close. And then our mean, we did calculate our mean of the Y data. We calculated our mean of the Y data. It gave us 15.5. if you guys can still remember, it gave us 15.5. we're happy with that, and therefore we've got 1.1.2, which gave us our mean of the Y values, which was 4.59. If you didn't get it, guys, please rewind this video and just have a look at it again one more time. All right, let's come here now. We are going to 1.2. 1.2, it says that the learners who received fewer votes than 1 standard deviation below the mean were not invited for an interview. How many are these learners? Okay, so we are gonna come here and say, okay, we are looking for 1, let me rather write it in ways, 1 standard deviation which is below the mean. Okay, so therefore this would be what is our mean? Our mean is 15.5 minus 1 standard deviation, which is just going to be 4.9. Sometimes they will ask you above the standard deviation, below the standard, or 2 standard deviation away from the mean. Okay, we will deal with that as time goes on. I think maybe in November 2021, I think they've got a question like this one, or in 2020. So please stay tuned on this channel and watch this video until the end so that you fully understand. All right, so let's punch this in our calculator. What we get, we are getting 10.91. okay, so 10.91, it's a 1 standard deviation below the mean. So but the question says how many learners were not invited. Okay, so we are gonna come here and look at our table here, which says what we got is actually here. Okay, so it means it's 10.91 is somewhere here going there. All right, so now either we count the number of learners invited or those who were not invited. Remember, there are 10 learners. So now how many are they that were invited? It's 1, which is includes 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So therefore 8 learners were invited to the interview. All right. Or you could have done this the other way around, guys. You could have said how many are below. You're gonna say 1, 2 were below. So how many learners are there? There's 10 learners minus 8. No, there's how many were not invited? 2, ne? Yeah, so it's gonna be 2. Or rather, you can do it like this: 8, 10 minus 2 is going to be 8 learners, which is the same as what we did there at the top. Okay, so let's move right along. Move to 1.3. All right, 1.3. The data is here, still showing. Great stuff. Says 1.3 is determine the equation of the least square rational line for the data given in the table. Okay, so now what they're asking us basically is to calculate the line of best fit. So basically they're asking us to look for the equation that best represent the data that is given here. All right, so let's go ahead and use our calculator to do that. All right, here we are, ladies and gents. Now let's look at what can we do here to have our equation. So therefore on our equation, the equation is the straight line, so it's given by y is equals to a plus bx. So now we need to find the value of a. So we are gonna come here and say shift, then we press 1, which is stats. Then we are looking for the regression line. So we will come here at number 5 where it says regression. So you see that it's number 5, so we're gonna press number 5. Therefore here we are at number 5. We've got everything. There is our a and then there is our b. So we're just gonna come here and say press 1, look for the value of a, and in this case the value of a is 1.77. right, so gonna write that down, and then please write that down, and then let's go and look for the b. Press AC. I hope as you see me doing it on the calculator, guys, and you are also doing it in the calculator well, because this is part of the practice. So you really need to do it physically. Pause the video, do it as I do it, so that you fully understand it, then you are able to do it on your own. All right, okay, let's come here, shift again, then we press stats, which is 1. We go back to regression. We're looking for b. So it's going to be number 5 there, and then b is option 2. We choose option 2, therefore it's going to be equal to, and our b is 0.224. all right, and that's great, and we managed to get the equation. Now let's go ahead and write our equations down and deal with this question. All right, here we are. From our calculator we managed to find the a and b value. So let me just put it here, what we were saying before we went to our calculator then. All right, so now what we said, it's what 1.3 is 1.3. What we said, you said okay, we are looking for the equation is given by a plus bx. All right, so what we did now, we went there on our data, we looked for a, if you can still remember, 1.77. okay, and therefore b gave us a 0.22. right, good stuff. So therefore we can substitute a and b here. Therefore our equation will be given by y is equal to a, which is 1.77, plus b, which is 0.22. X will remain as x because x is a variable. All right, and that's how you would deal with this one. Then you should get your full marks there, which is 3 marks. All right, okay, let's go on to 1.4. 1.4 says predict the number of votes that a learner with a popularity score of 72 will receive. Okay, remember now popularity is our x, so therefore it means our x here is equals to 72. What you're looking for, you are looking for the y. So now we did find the equation, so therefore we are gonna come here on our equation and substitute this x value times x is going to be 1.77 plus 0.220 72 rather 72. So therefore it means number of votes for a person was at 72, whereas the popularity score of 72 is. Therefore once we punch this one in our calculator, I'm getting approximately 17.2 0.61. So therefore it's going to be approximately, if we round it off, it's going to be approximately 19 votes, because a person can receive a 0.61 vote. So therefore we've got 19 votes for a person with a popularity score of 72, right? And that's great. All right, great stuff. So now let's come here. We said, okay, using the scatter plot and the table above, provide a reason why. Okay, it's 1.5. Must provide the reason why IQ is not a good indicator for the number of votes that the Learners could receive. Okay, so now what you can do here, the best way to see here is we need to go and look for the correlation. If you look at the data or you look at the scatter plots, you can see that things are scattered all over. So if you go to the scatter plot, if you remember the scatter plot, you can only, if the data is just scattered everywhere, it doesn't show a strong relationship. Or if you have a data that looks like this, now if you have a data that is like this, I'm just giving an example, guys. Here, if you've got a data that looks like this, now this data is a good representative because the data is next to each other and is showing a correlation. All right, so now what you can say here, you will say yes, IQ is not a good indicator for the number of votes that the learners have received. You can say yes, and then the reason will be due to low correlation on the data. Okay, because the data is too scattered, so due to low correlation of the data. Okay, now you can say it like this, or rather you can go ahead and found the correlation value there. All right, okay, so let's move on to 1.5. 1.2, it says as predict, the prediction in 1.4 is reliable. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and check if it's reliable. The only way to find out if it's reliable, if they ask you about the reliability, you must go look for the R value. Look for R value. Okay, this R value is known as the regression value or the correlation value. So let's go ahead, use our calculator to calculate this one, and I'll show you how to do it. Our calculator is here, so let's go ahead and look for that R value. We are gonna come here and say shift, then we say 1, then we go to regression because we're dealing with regression now. There is the R value there at option number 3, so we are gonna choose option 3. Therefore it's going to be 0.98. okay, great stuff. 0.98. Okay, our reliability value is equal to 0.98. What does this mean? Okay, if R is close to 1, therefore the data is reliable. Then the data is reliable. If not, let's say for an example, if not, when I mean say if not, it's to say if it's like 0.1, 0.2 there. If it's like 0.1, 0.2, it's not closer to 1. Okay, anything less than 0.7 or 0.8 rather is not anything below 0.5. Let me not say that. 0.5 is not reliable. Okay, it's on the below the scale. All right, it's not reliable. Okay, so therefore if for this data it is reliable because we got 0.9. all right, I am Gaston Mapala. Please make sure that I see you on the next video, which will be November 2021. It will be question 1 as well of grade 12 maths paper 2. So until we finish by 2022, therefore they will do question 2s after that. Please compare the difference in these questions and how they ask them, and please make sure that you know how to press your calculator, and subscribe to this channel so that that you see more future videos, as we are going to upload more videos, and you also follow on the playlist as well. You can watch this video at your own time whenever you want to, or whenever you have a confusion when you're doing this past paper. Remember what I said before, a memorandum does not explain, but this video and right here at Maths with Gaston we can explain to you. See you on the next upload.